viewers, welcome to another episode of KA 2.0. Today we have Mr. Sundar Sravan with us. He has done his Bachelors in Mechanical Engineering, after which he pursued his MBA in Food Agri-Business Management with specialization in marketing from NIFTEM. Currently, he is working in Tetra Pak. Welcome, sir. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. Thank you. Thank you, Sankalp, for inviting me for this.
Tell us something about MBA life at NIFTEM.
MBA is basically it's a dual degree. It's Food and Agri-Business Management along with any other electives like marketing, international business, or finance. So first year, basically, what we learn is general MBA, which all B schools follow it. And in second year, you get an option of elective. So it'll be something like three subjects of agri-business in first semester. I mean the third semester, and two subjects of any of the electives, and the next semester it will be vice versa. So three subjects of elective and two subjects of agribusiness. So basically we cover all the courses of all this agribusiness and food related and agri input marketing and all. And once it comes to elective, I picked elective marketing. So in marketing, generally what we learn is general marketing, some things like retail management and supply chain management, and some things like you have something like what is like how to start a business, like entrepreneurship management and everything. So there are other courses also in NIFTEM, basically other course like international business, where they mainly focus on supply chain management and how to do exports, imports, and how to get the licenses for imports and exports, like everything. And finally, there is another course called finance, and finance, I think everyone's aware, finance, something related to accounting and risk management, etc., etc. So MBA course in NIFTEM is pretty great because we were having a lot of freedom in college, and also our hostel was, when I studied in NIFTEM, the hostel was a completely different part of entity inside the campus itself. So campus 2 years and being in a hostel, it's a different feel for me because bachelors I've done in bachelors I was never in hostel, so I never experienced that life. And being in NIFTEM, it was something like we had friends from all over place, all over other places in India. So I had friends from northern India, western India, eastern India. So it was like a group mixture of everyone. And MBA faculty were also great because we were never had any internal faculties during our MBA. We used to get faculties from outside colleges, reputed colleges like FMS, IEMs, and etc. So how curriculum wise, NIFTEM is doing really great. Curriculum is really good. Only things that there are some cons. Basically, obviously, every college has some flaws or something. Thing is that in our MBA, we don't have something like subjects which are into food in core. Like what I'm able to tell, like what I want to tell you guys is that food, we like I'm from mechanical background, so I don't know anything about food when I joined this college. So I should be given some knowledge about food management and food and agribusiness management. So we never had such subjects. We just had subjects coming from supply chain management, food supply chain. So it was all like general. It was nothing in depth. So that is something which we lack. Rest part is all great. We had good placements during our batch. So the first 5 to 10 people who got placed from my MBA batch are into really good companies. So others are also into great companies. I'm not demeaning anyone, but the packages for first 5 to 10 companies were really great. Later it just dropped down because of there were many reasons during our batch, like elections, and there was something like market was under some pressure last year due to elections and all. So right now everyone's doing great. Our batch is all settled and everyone's really in a comfortable position right now. So that's it about me and MBA.
So, sir, can you tell us something about your current job profile?
So currently I'm employed at Tetra Pak India Private Limited. So I think most of food students are aware of Tetra Pak company name. So Tetra Pak are basically into three divisions. They're into packaging, processing, and services. So packaging is their main portfolio, and as you guys are aware, every food and beverage industries in India basically go with Tetra Pak for packaging purposes. So that is a huge revenue for us, and processing is also one of the most important part. So right now I am employed in the processing division of Tetra Pak. I'm basically right now I'm a project manager. So what I do is I handle projects, and I first of all I would like to say like I joined as an FTP. It's a future talent program. So what happens in our FTP program is that we get rotations within 2 years of my job, first 2 years experience. So initially I was in sales, so I used to look after new customers or old customers. Like people come up with some kind of solutions, like they want some answers. Like for example, some dairy industry has come. They asked like, I want to start a new dairy of 1 lakh liter per day. So generally, what I do is I design the solution. I recommend them the equipments and so that I sell it to them. So I used to work in sales initially. Right now I'm working in projects. So what I generally do right now is I am the whole and soul in charge of new projects from beginning to the end. So till I handle the equipments and till I finish the installation job in the site, I'm responsible for everything. So like, and also our company are also into services. So services is also one of the most important part in our industry, because most of the dairy industries in India have Tetra Pak machines for their processing solutions. So it keeps wear and tear. So we need to go support them every time. So that's how services team operate. Uh, Basically, I don't want to confuse anyone because there are three departments. So I'm in the processing department, and I'm currently as a project manager in that department. So that is my background right now.
Can you please elaborate on the Future Talent Program and how to get into this program?
Future talent program is something like management training in other industries. So it's a bit different compared to other industries, because there are industries like Hindustan Unilever, Tetra Pak, PwC. All these companies started a new thing called Future Talent Leaders. Like other, each company calls it different way, but we call it Future Talent Program, in which they recruit two different sets of people, bachelors and masters. So all the bachelor students are called into development track. So they are basically trained for 1 year, and they won't have any sort of rotations in the team. But what they do have is they get hands-on experience. They travel abroad wherever the training is possible, like Thailand or Vietnam, where our processing hub is there. So they travel there, they get trained for 3 months, they come back to India, they go to some customer site, they work on it, so that they get some experience in that. That's how bachelor students enter Tetra Pak. And for masters, like what me and few of my other co-mates from NIFTEM has joined Tetra Pak. So basically, we are into leadership track. So our program is for 2 years. So in 2 years, like first year, we had few things related to. First year, I was in sales, so other people. It depends on line manager. So if line manager feels you are really doing well in the team, so he keeps you in the team, and you might not have the rotations, but you have a lot of experience inside the team. Uh, so what actually curriculum is that you need to have at least 3 rotations inside the same team. Like for example, I start at sales, so I should be in projects, I should be in pre-projects. So there are 3 different teams. So basically, the agenda is that students should get knowledge in all the departments, so that he can choose his favorite department as soon as he finishes his 2 years of time. So that is how our curriculum is right now. It is very new in India. It was already implemented in Sweden. So it's the Tetra Pak is taking some time to adjust into this. So how to get into this is something very tricky, because Tetra Pak, I think you are all BTech students should be much more aware, because Tetra Pak are very regular recruiters from NIFTEM. So I mean, I was the first person from MBA to get recruited in Tetra Pak. So what they do is they do some resource planning every year. So they plan few colleges in this inside their mind. So they have colleges like NDRI, they have colleges like IFT, they have colleges like SAB Pune. So they what they do is they have some in their mind that they should recruit two from NIFTEM, two from this, two from that. So that's how they come to campus. There's nothing like direct entry into future talent program. They have to come to campus, and they recruit. They have certain 6 rounds of interview. So I cleared all 6 rounds of interview. I've been to Pune office. I've given my interview there. So it's a long process actually. It's not an easy thing to get into Tetra Pak, because they're very strict in terms of recruiting any new students and everything. So the advice I can give to any NIFTEM students when Tetra Pak come for interviews or something is that mainly focus on processing area. Basically, if you as a food industry students, you guys should be you should be well aware more than me actually about dairy industry, what dairy, like how the process happens, what are different kinds of bacteria. I'm just going in depth microbiological part. So you guys be ready with that, because from bachelors they expect students to know more about technical than management. So what most of NIFTEM students fail is that they don't prepare for technical, they prepare for management. So in interviews, they just generally fail in such big companies. So what I mean to tell is that getting into Tetra Pak is actually not that hard if you are well aware of dairy industry and how processing happens, and you know at least basic things. People get convinced in Tetra Pak to give you job. So it's great to work in this MNC. It's really good, a very comfortable job and also very good in training. So
Are different segments and departments, you can say, in MBA. Like there's operations,
yeah,
marketing, finance, and general management. So how to choose which domain would you go for after MBA? Like how to select?
you, because first year of MBA you study general MBA, so you will get idea of everything in that. You will learn about international business, you learn about marketing and also finance. So it's all up to you, because I was interested in finance, but I didn't risk taking in NIFTEM. Marketing was my second option actually. So it's all up to you, because every field is great in its own way. It's nothing like only marketing students get good job or international business get good job. It all depends upon your talent and also your interest basically. If you're not interested, please don't study that field. So you're gonna regret it, literally. You're gonna regret in the future. So what I can say in brief is that finance is something, if you're really good at numbers. So basically something like, if you're really good at knowing like account subjects or something related to risk management, if you're really interested in that, because finance is completely a theoretical subject. So it's like you have to keep learning theory stuff. You should know exact answers for the questions. There's no general answers for finance. Marketing and international business subjects are something like practically what you see in the outside world. So like you know how to sell a pen, so something general, some kinds of questions like these come in exams, so you can write on your own. Finance is not like that. Finance, you should know exactly what are the guidelines of SEBI, they ask in the question. So you should know exactly what the 10 principles of stock exchange board. So these are something theory versus practical. Marketing is relatively very easy subject compared to international business and finance. But marketing is something, I can say it's like mechanical engineering of in the bachelor. So it's like evergreen. It's applicable in every industry, including finance industries. They recruit people in marketing also. So marketing is like the whole. It's like the general subject. Finance is not really niche, but finance is also equally important in every company. International business is something new. It's like it's applicable more in the companies which are into exports, like ITC. You take Amul. So in such companies, international business plays a good role. So that's what. So it's all up to you, because students generally many ask me, including like our juniors also used to ask us, like, sir, which branch should I take? So it's all general. It's all up to you. Because they should never see placements and join the field, because our batch marketing people got more highest placements. Our seniors international business got good placements. In our juniors, actually finance got good placements. So it all depends on upon the market actually. It's not upon the course. Course is like, it's very vague. It's like, I can't say course decides your future. The companies decides your future and market decides your future. There are many criteria for placements. So I can tell you, it's like market is very volatile. You can't expect the placements to be good every year. So 1 year your market may go high. Actually, COVID is a reason which companies are giving for not recruiting. But frankly speaking, COVID has not impacted much to any food industries. Food industries are really doing great during COVID, because I've seen from my customers and also I've seen my company, we are getting good business. It's not like we run into losses. There's nothing like that. That's my advice, because it's your choice. Pick any department, any field of your choice, but have a vision. Think something like, okay, if I'm doing finance, okay, I should think about such companies. If I'm doing marketing, okay, I'm aiming such companies. So only then it'll be easy for you to analyze and prepare for interviews, attend interviews, and have a goal. So that's my advice to everyone. So
Talking about COVID-19, so how has that affected your work?
basically, it has not affected any of my work because only thing is that what I'm doing at office, working at home. So I'm doing the same work. So I'm dealing the same customers. I'm working with the same team. So there's nothing like it has impacted much. But only thing is that it actually makes an impact if you're inside the office and if you're having any face-to-face meetings with your colleagues, so that you can understand more clearly. Sitting at home calling them may not be like communication gap is a huge issue right now. That's the only thing. Because initially we faced trouble when COVID was at peak in the initial stages, like from May to August. So from August we are really getting good demand in the market, and dairy is essential. So dairy in India is something like it's always booming and it cannot go down. It is not at reached saturation stage. So things that companies like Tetra Pak or any other dairy industries, so they are doing well. Uh, COVID impacted on packaging because Tetra Pak are a huge suppliers for liquor companies in beverage packaging. So right now during COVID, the liquor sales have really gone down. When you talk in terms of Tetra Pak, so all this 180 ml, 200 ml pack, you get liquor, right? So those things we had faced a bit of volatility there, but it was matched with some pharma industries which are selling ORS and everything. So we got good new deals from them. So thing is that we have not fallen much. Like we have got a bit of loss this year. That's for sure compared to last year. But I'm sure we can take up next year, and it's all gonna be great. I'm sure of that. Ice cream industry has faced a lot of issue because of this COVID. People are not interested in buying ice creams because they were scared of this cold, and they were scared of this throat ache and all. So ice cream business has gone into huge loss during COVID. So that also has impacted Tetra Pak a bit. But whereas dairy, I can say it's really doing great now. There's nothing much impact.
Any advice for people looking for NIFTEM as an option for MBA?
First, most important advice I would like to give is if you're not a food student, if you're not done bachelor's in food industry, I mean food technology, I can advise you guys to avoid food colleges unless until you're very much interested in food. Only then join NIFTEM. I'm not demeaning or discouraging anyone. Thing is that I seen the situation in NIFTEM from past 3 years. So the people who are not from food background who joined MBA in NIFTEM, they'll face a huge problems when it comes to placements and also internships. So every top company which comes to NIFTEM, first thing they ask is food technology background as a batch in the bachelor's. So I was very lucky to get into Tetra Pak because Tetra Pak were also accepting mechanical BTech, but I didn't see Tetra Pak didn't come last year for my juniors. So I can't say like you can't just depend on one company and join the college. So that's a issue there. All the BTech food technology students actually got an opportunity to sit inside the interview, go into the interview rooms, have interview, at least have some experience about interview. But now none of other branches students have got experience because there are companies which they didn't accept non-food people. So it's gonna impact, like it's gonna affect your confidence when it comes to placements because your friends sit for placement, but you are not eligible, even though you feel you are deserved. So there's some issues like that. But I can say Tetra Pak, I mean, NIFTEM MBA is really doing well now. Few of my juniors have got into government industry is really great. It's a good achievement. It is something really good to hear because NIFTEM name is booming everywhere. In my, like most of my customers are also into dairy industry, so they know about NIFTEM. They may not be very well aware of MBA, but they know NIFTEM BTech, so it is very famous. Bachelors in NIFTEM and masters in NIFTEM is really famous. MBA, it needs time. I can't expect NIFTEM to do well right now. Due to COVID, it would have been impacted even more. Thing is that only the advice I can tell is if you are really interested in food technology while doing like dual degree course or something like this, NIFTEM is a good choice. I can say NIFTEM is really good choice. But as I told, non-food students, please try to avoid it. If you are really interested, only then join. So that's my advice from my side. I even given you guys reasons. So yeah.
Do you have any message for the NIFTEMITES?
Only one thing I would like to tell Niftemites is that me being from southern part of India, here people in my college where I did bachelors, we during placements generally we don't have much of technical knowledge. But in NIFTEM, I didn't see that. Students are really very strong in food technical knowledge. Well, even during placements, I've seen people having great knowledge when they enter interview field. They're having a lot of confidence also. Only thing I can advise you guys is people are finding it hard to crack the interviews in NIFTEM. Cracking interviews is something, it should be very much important because most of students when they enter interview halls, right? So what they generally do is during GD and all this personal interviews, they generally become very nervous and like what they do is even though they know the answer, they have answer in their head, they're not able to deliver it. So what I would like to tell you guys is like NIFTEM bachelors and also masters are really great field in this. So what I would like to tell you guys is keep getting good companies, keep calling them, keep asking them to come to your college and try to bond up with alumni people like me or any other people. There are many in great companies. So there are people in Nestle, there are people in Fonterra, there are people in Schreiber. So it's all big, very huge industries in food background. So keep connecting with them. Try to get their HR emails, try to get their HR contact numbers, keep calling them because we may not push companies to NIFTEM, but you guys can call them to NIFTEM. So once they come to NIFTEM, try to attend the interviews, even though you're not selected, even though you don't like the field. Just try to attend at least till GD round, and later you can think about it because there are some situations where students don't sit when companies come to college. So companies feel that as kind of embarrassment, so they should not do that. So call the companies, sit inside the interviews, try to have some experience there. I know it's tough period right now. I can't expect many companies to come to NIFTEM. It's the same for every college in India. Things that when situations get better, also try to keep keep in touch with alumni. So that's what I can tell everyone. Keep in touch with alumni, keep calling us, keep asking us some advice, or because we know exactly what is happening inside the industry, what is happening in the market, because every day we have to analyze how our customer market is happening. So we will be knowing what exactly in which phase the market is in. So that's my advice to you guys. So I can say NIFTEM students are really good in technical. I was really impressed when I joined NIFTEM there because every BTech student used to discuss about food, and I was shocked because during my bachelor's, none of us discuss about. We only used to discuss about sports, or we used to discuss about some other politics or something. But I can say just utilize it in a right way. It's really great. So all the best. I think I wish all the best for every NIFTEM students, or let it be bachelor's, masters, or even PhD. So yeah, hope to connect with you guys in future. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for enlightening us.